Hello and welcome to the second episode of the PatchWork Podcast. My name is Matt. With me is Sparks.
Woohoo!
And Glaedrik.
Woohoo!
Feigning surprise as ever. However, we have no special guests. We have no special guest this week because we have Sparks this time, and he's beautiful, and he is a guest on his own.
I thought he was regular.
I'm a guest and a regular.
He's a regular guest. And we're going to be talking about games, news, of which there is little, but we will talk about it anyway. This is kind of post E3, so there's not much going on, but we will talk about stuff that kind of interests us and games. And
yeah, so sit back, relax.
Just mostly
get your coffee.
Grab
a
your
little
snacks.
bit of games.
You know, if you're into that herbal tea, you know, you can grab that too. You're all good.
Herbal. Oh, don't get me started.
I recommend Coca-Cola.
Oh man, I have so
F
many...
your diet.
It's an H in herbal for a reason.
I have so many cans of Coca-Cola here. It's bad. I have an addiction.
I actually do as well. I have share a Coke with Allison. I'm sharing a Coke with Steve, and I was sharing a Coke
55 seconds into the podcast, and we're derailed.
Well, this week we're brought to you by our sponsor, Coca-Cola.
See you next week.
That's all we have to say.
We just had to
We're
mention
out.
the product. We're good.
Okay. Well, let's start off. We're going to be starting off with games that we've been talking about or games that we've been playing for the past few weeks, and then we are going to be going into the news after that. So, Sparks, you beautiful man.
Yes.
What games have
You put him on the spot. He's so nervous. Don't do that.
Well, surprisingly, amazingly, I have actually played a few games that are not Minecraft.
And just for the people that don't know somehow, that Sparks is the guy that created Game Mode 4. He works with Hermitcraft and all that kind of stuff. So he's cooler than Glaedrik and I, but that's fine.
Hey, I'm pretty up there. Hey, come on.
Yeah. We just learned that your cat in all of your profile pictures isn't yours.
I know, that's just crazy.
I'm putting on a facade for everyone. I'm a dog person.
I know, you act like the happy cat person, but really,
you
just stole someone's cat and were gloating about it.
Hey, you know what? I thought the cat would know. I need glasses, and I haven't gotten them yet. They're coming.
So you put a cat on your face?
I put a cat on... I thought,
I can see!
I thought I'd be able to, see through the cat's eyes and use them until I got glasses, but it's not working.
You're a big believer in sort of all that voodoo, sort of witch doctor stuff.
Yeah, so not only do I have the cat, but I have like a little doll of the cat.
I believe you have to eat its eyes to get its sight.
Oh,
I think that's how it works.
Well,
yeah. Rubbing your face into it as you're doing in that picture, I don't think quite... I'm not an expert.
However, more adorable. Anyway,
true, far more
rest
adorable.
in peace, this train of ours.
So, as well as Minecraft, I have recently, and those who do know me know that I very rarely play games that are not Minecraft. I'm not really much of a gamer myself, more into the technical side of things. But recently, I mean, on my channel, I've been playing through Life is Strange. People are probably aware of that. That's an awesome game.
Yeah.
Like, it really... have either of you played it?
I have not seen some Let's Plays, yeah.
I had I had a few episodes, and then I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, Telltale are the people known for that kind of story-driven, choice-based game, but I'm telling you, they did a fantastic job. It's by Square Enix paid for it, I suppose. I can't remember the name of the people who actually did it. But yeah, really, really good storyline and plot. I love the characters. There's been a lot of development through it. It's an episodic series that's been released. There's 3 out so far, and the 4th is supposed to come out anywhere between now and the 17th. So I'm very excited.
Developed by Don't Nod Entertainment.
Don't Nod, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, developed, then published by Square Enix.
There's a couple of light aircraft flying overhead right now. I'm sorry.
I don't hear it.
That game has been absolutely fantastic for me. It really sucks you in with the story. But I've also, on Crazy Man's request, I recently downloaded and played a bit of a game called Bastion. I don't know if any of you have...
I've not heard of that.
Yeah.
It's
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know.
It's not quite my thing. I played it though, so it counts. It's like sort of a top-down game. It's sort of a button smashy sort of thing. You've got to find like these parts of a hole in each area, and there's lots of monsters to fight. It's kind of just a click and smash, special attacks. You can choose special attacks, that kind of thing. It was interesting. I recorded it originally, but watching it back, it was pretty much an hour and 20 minutes of baffled confusion. Of me trying to remember what the controls were and wondering why stuff was happening. But it was a very nicely done game for that kind of style. It's narrated over the top. There's this deep voiced guy who narrates everything you do, and just sort of, if you fall off, the first time I fell off, he went, and then the boy fell to his death. Just kidding. And then you respawn.
That's awesome.
So it's got a very light sort of humor to it. So that was kind of cool.
So it's kind of Stanley Parable-esque, where he kind of makes fun
yeah,
of it in the narration.
Exactly. And the last game I've recently been playing, ignoring Borderlands, which I've been playing for ages for the channel, is sort of a bit of a throwback. I've been playing Crash Bandicoot 2 quite a lot, which is an old favorite of mine. I really enjoy Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2. Not so keen on 3, but that's such a fun game. It's just really nicely done. Don't know if either of you have played it.
I
or know what it
played
is.
it when
Very
I was
little.
younger.
When I was very little, when I was younger, I did the. I remember the little like mask. That's really all I remember from it.
Yeah, it's a childhood classic for me. Crazy Man used to play it as a kid as well. Between us, we've 100%ed it a couple of times.
Wow.
But yeah, it's really fun. So yeah, amazing. Don't ask me next week. Next week, we go, Sparks, what have you been playing recently? And I go, well, I played a game called Bastion, and Life is Strange was good.
Have you ever heard of Minecraft?
Tell me more.
Well, I've heard it's the game for me. Do you know, side note, I was forced to get Minecraft.
Actually?
I didn't want it.
Wow.
Yeah, I studied game design at uni. Games technology was the name of the course. It covered sort of the production process of game making, 3D modeling, artificial intelligence, that kind of thing.
Well, that's not fair. But he has experience with this.
But I can't say that I particularly did amazingly at uni, but I went and did it. So anyway, while I was there, first couple of weeks, I was told by my colleagues, because everybody doing the course was a gamer who didn't know anything about programming, and I was a programmer who didn't really do much gaming. So I was approaching it from a very different direction to everyone else. But I was told by some people to get this game called Minecraft, because it was a good example of a nice game. I was like, okay. So I forked out the £7 or whatever it was at the time. It was quite a bit cheaper than it is now, and got it. And kind of the next couple of weeks are sort of a blur. I don't really remember what happened. And then I came out of it, and I sort of knew quite a bit about the game.
Wow.
Yeah, and then this podcast started, so
that was that whole, then, 3 years was just one blur.
Exactly, yeah. I started playing just before the adventure update, when the hunger system was added and all of that. So I remember playing for a little bit and then stopping for a bit and coming back and being kind of confused because everything was new and different again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a similar experience. I was quite young. I'm still quite young.
Back in the days of
back in the days of like 4 years ago. I didn't have a job, so I couldn't really pay for it. So I sharked it, or what are the kids called nowadays? Pirating. I don't know. Where does sharking it come from?
Yeah, I was.
I don't know. I believe they live in the ocean, but I'm not an expert.
Also, pirates do as well. So I pirated it.
A lot of ocean themes in the illegal world.
So I did that because I didn't have money, and I was like, "Hey, it's this game. Let me see if it's
for a game, you matey."
I'm like, a lot of people were playing it a lot, and I just kind of want to see what's happening. It was before the adventure update, so there's really nothing really going on. And all I could play was single player, and I just couldn't find anything fun with it. Like, I was super bored, like very little into it, and I just like left it. I didn't play it anymore, and I basically just didn't play that game until like eventually I found out that it's multiplayer, and that multiplayer is super fun. And yeah, then after that I bought it, and I own it now. So please don't yell at me.
We're good now. Like, I went back on my pirating ways.
Yeah.
I've been redeemed.
I was 16. I didn't know better.
See, I feel like the odd one out here just because when I started, it was on the Xbox version. So it had been out for quite a while.
Oh.
But I didn't have a computer with the means of actually playing it. So I don't know what this version was.
You downloaded a computer?
Of course, yeah, that's how I did it. I went into my submarine and then I sharked it. There was actually, I think it was around the time that the 1.5, I think, like right before the new biomes came in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started playing on the PC.
Okay. Is there any reason that you got into it? Did you just hear about stuff like that?
Well, I had watched YouTubers. Honestly, like most of what I'm doing is because some other people did it first, and I'm like, that's cool. I want to do it.
Honestly, I would say that's probably. I don't know about Sparks, but that's why I did it as well. I saw other people doing it, like that's really cool. I want to be that, but with like my own twist.
Yeah, and that's why I started YouTube too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt. Zuma's just asked me to give him a shout out. Hi, Zuma.
What?
He's
not
that
the
kind of guy.
The podcast is sacred.
I know. Look what I've done.
Holy forefathers.
It's been
all right. Yeah.
Sparks. Dude, we have no rails anymore. Like our rails are destroyed.
I know. We're less like a train and more like a dodgem arena.
It's Bob.
Just bouncing around.
Bumper cars.
Sparks flying.
Hey.
I see what you did there.
Sorry, what?
Sparks. Now that could either.
That was completely unintentional. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Ha. Yeah.
I feel
What's
like
the next thing to talk about?
I feel like I should the Kappa Kid right now, just because like.
No, we're not talking about it. We're not giving him attention. Sparks, do you have anything else you've been playing? Or is that it?
No.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh, we're almost there. Holy cow.
Glaedrik, how are you today, bud?
I'm doing good. I feel like a talk show host. Yeah, hi there, Rick. I'm doing pretty good today.
My name's not Rick.
No, but most hosts.
What host name is Rick?
I don't. It's like Jimmy Fallon. That's pretty close.
Same
to
Jimmy.
Rick. Yeah, but that's pretty close to Rick. So I think that's excusable within itself.
What games have you been playing this week, please?
I actually started playing. I went out and got the Batman Arkham Knight for the PlayStation because I wanted to start recording something. I got myself a new TV, so I can plug it in and just my whole recording setup is easier to put together now when I'm looking to do it through the game capture card.
Oh.
But I was really the Batman games I find aren't heavily story driven. I find it's the recreation of iconic Batman villains and heroes is the funnest part. The most fun part about it is that you can, like, the newest game has Scarecrow as the new villain, and in previous ones it was the Joker and Harley Quinn and all these different Batman villains, and seeing them in this new light because we've seen them in, of course, live action movies and in games in the past, but nothing as detailed and in depth as the Arkham series. So it's fun to relive, my childhood heroes and villains through these new games. And I feel like that's mostly why I bought it, is just to feel that nostalgia instead of actually the story.
Is this new Batman game the one that they lost millions on through Steam?
It was, because they had so many issues with the PC version.
Do you want to explain what happened with the Steam version? Because Crazy Man mentioned it yesterday, but I'm not entirely sure. Something about refunds.
It's originally started only on consoles, was the plan, and then they decided last minute to port it over to the PC, but the port over did not go very well, and I'm guessing that they didn't put much effort into it just because it was very last minute, and it ended up costing them millions because everyone was looking for refunds because of how poorly the game was performing.
Yeah.
But that's also why I think it was taken down from Steam.
It is currently not on
Steam kept their cut of the sale.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And
so
then so for the refund, the game company actually had to shell out the extra cut to refund the players. So
That is hilarious.
that's why they lost
Awesome.
so much money.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's not good there. That's essentially also why I bought it on PS4. Because, one, not available on Steam anymore, and two, because I heard so many bad performances about
Yeah.
it.
So
as well.
so the non-ported version's good then. You like it?
Yes, I'm enjoying it so far. It's you get to drive in the Batmobile, and the Batmobile is like total badassery going on. Oh, childgasm going on.
That's not
That's
the
a-
word you should be
Don't
using.
say that.
Let's
What's another good word for that?
nostalgia.
The feels.
It's good.
The feels. Is that a better word?
The child feels
The child feels.
A drive down memory lane
I,
in a Batmobile.
and a Batmobile.
I
Running over
for my
kids.
word. I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't
Any
know.
other games?
I had mentioned it last podcast. I was playing Warframe. I'm still playing that.
Okay.
Counter-Strike. Still Counter-Strike. A lot of Counter-Strike. I recently got 3 really expensive skins. Like in Counter-Strike, usually you can buy like aesthetically pleasing skins for your guns, and some of the rarer ones can price up to the few hundreds. And
Thousands.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I managed to open one. It's an AWP Hyper-B, so it's this big rifle, which is worth $90 right now, and then two AK-47s, like just the gun, which are worth like $60 right now. So I have a lot of Steam worth. If I were to just sell that, I'd be set on Steam for the next few months.
Yeah, it's this is real money for people who like don't know about Counter Strike.
Real guns.
They're not real guns. They are pixels that are worth real money, but it is cash. It's a Steam wallet money.
You can literally
if you're-
play the entire game and never need to get a skin, but people spend hundreds of dollars just on the look of their gun with real money. So it's become...
Minecon capes were going for over £100 on eBay.
Yeah, I saw about that.
People pay weird stuff for online for digital content.
Digital pixels, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but sorry to
it's-
derail. Back to your guns.
No, that's related.
Like knives and Counter Strike is a huge deal.
Oh yeah, you can pay up to 500 for just a decent knife.
There's some knives that go into thousands easily.
Yeah, I know
They're just so rare that it's insane like that.
Oh yeah, I can't even begin to fathom like who has the income to buy these. I had met one player who lived with his parents, and he's like, oh well, I work full time, I've got a disposable income, and he had spent over $1,000 on all of the rare skins that he could get, which was
Wow.
ridiculous. Oh, but yeah,
People like that let us play games cheaper though. They're a necessary evil. If they're doing that, game companies are getting tons of money, which means they don't need to charge as much, or they can afford to keep games up on servers and things that we use.
Basically,
So we shouldn't really complain about them, I reckon.
I am funding Source 2. You're welcome.
funding source.
Yeah.
Too.
I hadn't really thought about that until now, but that is basically how this goes.
Yeah, they
I'll
were.
pretend that I'm not just wasting money on pixels. I do have a $350 knife
Oh,
on
Do
CS:GO.
you?
I
did
do.
you buy it?
Yes.
Oh my! God.
I've played the game for over 1,000 hours though.
That's
Well,
So that's
Oh.
how I kind of justify it.
May I say thank you, followed
You're
by
welcome for Source.
what
2.
is wrong with you?
I've played the game for over 1,000 hours, so that's basically how I kind of justify
Okay.
it. But yeah,
1,000 hours. That's I thought when I first got Skyrim, when that came out, I had spent like 300 hours, and that's the most I had ever spent on any game. And I thought like I had wasted my life when I realized how much time I could have spent doing other stuff. And that was when I first started gaming. My first console, my first ever thing was PS3, and that was because I had bought a cell phone, and that was part of the deal that you could get a free thing.
yeah, okay.
You got a what?
Yeah,
You
they
got a
had
PS3
this.
because you bought a phone.
Yeah, if you activated 2 phones or more, you got a free console. So I have a
Wow.
free PS3 and Xbox because of it. But I never played games before that, so that's actually what got me into games, and that's Then the next 3 years is a blur, and now
and now I'm on a podcast.
Blur, the blur. We all know the blur.
But speaking of blurs, I heard that there's Minecraft for Windows 10.
Do we not want to ask
Oh,
Matt
frick,
about
I
the games
forgot.
he's been playing?
I forgot.
And also,
you're beautiful. Okay?
also, what blurs? Okay.
We'll pick up the blurs later.
So Matt, I'm just going to take over as podcast host for a second here and say, what games have you been playing recently? Do tell. We really care. We'd like to know.
It means so much.
Just need a second. I'm so sorry.
Oh man. Go ahead.
Man. So, so I'll get in. So I've been playing like boring stuff like Counter-Strike and all that kind of stuff. There is a new game that's coming out. It's in alpha right now. It's called Dirty Bomb. Have you guys seen anything about that yet?
Is it
No.
rated R? Because that's the first thing it makes me think of.
Okay, so it's a first-person shooter.
Okay.
And it's kind of Battlefield and Team Fortress 2 kind of styled. Team Fortress 2 in the where it's kind of like cartoony. It's a little more off the walls, kind of very bouncy. And then Battlefield-esque where it comes into a very heavy objective mode and you're trying to complete an objective like blowing up a wall and then going over and transporting goods from inside of a thing to another thing. And it's very objective heavy. And there's a lot of class systems for the for guns and perks and all that kind of stuff. It's a free-to-play game.
Oh,
And it has a very free-to-play kind of like price tag that comes along with it, where there's different classes, and you only get like 3 kind of classes as kind of like as the base view, and then all the other ones you need to purchase yourself. And what the cool thing that they kind of do is, along with the 3 like base cards that you get or classes, they also do 3 random ones per week that you can just play for free, and then that way you can kind of like test those classes out and see if you want to get them for the future.
That's awesome.
So I find that kind of cool, but it is kind of that free MOBA-esque, like in Smite and stuff, where it's a free game, but to play any characters that you really like, you're gonna have to either play the game a lot, or you're gonna have to fork up $5.
In-game purchase, yeah. So you can get there just by playing. It's not exclusive to purchase, but you can shortcut with purchasing.
Yes, there are credits in the game that you can use to buy each character. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to spend the time, then you can just fork up $5.
Which is probably what I do.
Yeah, if you know that you're gonna want a character, then you'll buy the dude.
Every time I've gotten a free-to-play game, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play normally, no shortcuts whatsoever. And then I hit a bump in the road, and it's like
I don't have time to.
I mean, $5, 34 hours of my time.
Yeah, that's. I mean, a lot of time that's like what they're trying to go for, but for me, the pricing is very fair.
Oh yeah.
They've been getting. I never felt the need to purchase anything, but I decided that I've been playing this game enough, and I want to support the game and the game makers, so I decided to get some kind of bundle.
Is that your excuse for buying stuff?
I want to support the developer. But it was very much that where I was like, I want to support the developer.
Right on.
I'm gonna buy their whatever bundle and get.
It's good guy Matt, guys. It's good guy Matt.
That's what I like to say anyway.
It's nice to see that you've moved on in maturity from sharking Minecraft
to supporting devs.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. You see, people can change.
It gets better.
Yeah.
So, I've been playing a lot of that. I've been playing Fallout Shelter on my phone. Have you guys been hearing about that?
Oh, I've been loving it.
Okay, you do have to have an iPhone to play it. Do you have an iPhone, Sparks?
I do not. I'm an Android user.
You pleb. Enjoy your new game.
Shots fired.
I got so aggressive.
So the reason I have an Android is because, or the specific phone I have is I have an X. Wait, I was going to list my laptop name then. It's what's it called? An Xperia T, Samsung Xperia T. But the reason I got it is because I was going to go into app development at one point, just before I got a different job.
Wow.
And I had the choice between developing for Apple or developing for Android. And when I realized that you have to pay £100 for the Apple development software and $20 or something like that per app you release, or free on Android, the choice is pretty clear for me.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's a lot easier to develop that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, why were you asking about the?
Because Fallout Shelter is only available on iOS, so I was asking.
It's going to be coming out on Android soon.
Oh, okay, interesting. Did you know there's a certain text message you can send iPhones and it crashes them?
Really? What?
Yep, it's a certain set of characters. My crazy man did it to a work colleague of his the other day, and it locks. You have to reset the phone.
What?
Oh man!
Not like wipe the data. Not like a factory remap, but like a you turn it off, turn it back on again, that kind of thing. It just completely crashes it. I know.
I want to know this. I want to troll people.
You'll have to Google it. I don't know.
Will you be able to send it though? Because you have an iPhone.
Give Crazy Man your number. He can text it to you, and then you'll know.
All right. So Glaedrik, you've been playing it as well.
Yeah, I've been playing it a lot. It's a lot of fun.
How many Vault Dwellers are you out?
Oh, I'm like at 28 or so. I just got 2 girls knocked up, so we're all good.
Okay, I'm at I'm a little bit further along than that. I'm about 183.
Wow, holy.
I was really hoping you were gonna be a little bit further along than that, so I wouldn't look like a complete loser who spends money on free games.
Oh, you spent money on it?
No, I didn't spend money on that. I didn't spend.
Are you supporting Fallout now? They're not some.
Bethesda is a really small studio, and I think they really deserve whatever they can get.
Of course, yeah.
But no, I haven't spent. I haven't felt the need to spend money on this game. It's very easy to get by without it. And then it's Bethesda, so I don't need to care.
So
they'll do their best.
I found it cool that as something to work up the hype for Fallout 4, that they released it on the E3 day.
It works very well for what it is, and it is a hype tool.
Exactly.
And for people like Sparks that don't know what it is, it's kind of like a die cut.
Whoa! You're just assuming I don't know what Fallout Shelter is.
He's Googling it right now.
He's an Android user. He's a little slower.
I happen to know what Fallout Shelter is because yesterday somebody said to me Fallout Shelter, and I went, "What's Fallout Shelter?" And they explained then. So, but for people like no one in this call who don't know what Fallout Shelter is like, would you care to explain? What Fallout Shelter is like?
Well, for the noobs, which is none of us. Absolutely, we're all pros.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've known for over 24 hours what it is.
It's basically like Tiny Towers, but for the actual Fallout Shelter that you have in the games.
What's Tiny Towers?
It's a die cut.
Is it like Fallout Shelter?
it's a lot like Fallout Shelter in the fact that
okay, yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
So it's essentially you are adding rooms into this shelter, and you basically build the essentials. So you need a room for food, and you need a room for water, you need a room for electricity, and you need to get more dwellers, and you want to have a successful society within that shelter, and you're building it as you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically putting you're getting more people inside of Revolt, and so that they require food and water. So you need to make more rooms for your food and water, and then those rooms require electricity. So you're making more rooms for electricity, and then after that you get more Vault Dwellers. And so you get more food and water, then you need to get more electricity, yada, yada, yada.
And that's kind of like Tiny Towers, if you don't know what Tiny Towers is.
But if you haven't heard of tiny towers, it's a lot like Fallout Shelter.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the fact that it's kind of
So
like
I've heard.
2D die cat.
But instead
Yeah,
of in
so
the ground,
with
it's building.
the Fallout Shelter game, I'm guessing the idea is that you basically watch the population live, and their goal is to see how long you can get them to survive. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's really no failing the game.
I don't know if you've heard
They can die. However,
You can-
you can basically just like give them bottle caps and they come back to life. And
Bottle caps
but
is the currency, by the way.
the only negative effect of that is that they're a little sad.
Throw money at the problem.
Yep.
It's-
It's exactly what it is. It's like they're
hadn't thought
dead.
about it
Do you
that
want
way.
to remove the body or spend 200 bottle caps? I'll just give you 200 bottle caps. And they come
Yeah.
back to life. They're just like have a frowny face on. There's like
Uh
they're just like super sad. Everyone in the room is super sad as well.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, there's
it's
a
not
dead
exactly
body
a
on the
cheerful
ground.
situation to be in. Yeah. Interestingly, like a lot of the Fallout shelters that were built during the Second World War. This is kind of going a bit down the history route, but when I was in Berlin, I looked at. They had like tours through some of the Fallout shelters that were built there,
Really?
and they were almost entirely like useless. They were built and designed to be a psychological, just like to calm the population, to say, look, we're doing stuff to protect you against the danger of nuclear war. If there's in the event of a nuclear explosion, you can head down here. We've got it all set up. So they would have been, probably very few people would have had time in the instance where a nuclear bomb fell to get into the shelter. And on top of that, they were not designed in a point where people would be likely to survive. But they had things in there like really tightly packed bunks. But to stop disease spreading, they had the entire shelter was like split up into 3 or 4 sections. And while it was usually just open plan, there were doors that you could pull across the entire thing and lock. So you could, if there was a disease spreading in one part of the thing, you just lock everyone in that section in
Wow, that sounds pleasant.
to protect everyone else. I know, I mean,
They put a lot of thought into this without putting any thought into this.
I know, yeah. I just thought it was kind of interesting. When I was over there to sort of learn a little bit about
Yeah, no kidding.
the
Yeah.
real life Fallout shelters, but yeah, I just thought I'd impart that little bit of historical wisdom on you.
Because
It's not often I remember
Fallout
something.
Shelter was, and you felt the need to contribute.
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
He knows exactly what a tiny tower is, though. So.
He's
He gets the
learning.
general idea.
Well, it's funny. I was in Legoland a little while ago, right? And there were some really small towers there, and I learned a little bit about the history of tiny tower building. No,
It's about these Fallout shelters in the 1940s.
yeah,
There's a die-cut version of them.
So what they would do is they would isolate them by putting tiny bricks on top of each other to build a wall.
everything's funny if you stick tiny in front of it.
That's what my girlfriend says anyway. So anyway, video games. That's basically it for me.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that
Word.
we heard from you. It was nice that you shared.
Thank you, Sparks.
I know. You're welcome.
Speaking of Sparks,
Okay.
I no, because Sparks likes Minecraft.
And speaking of blurs, apparently.
Yeah, it's speaking of blurs, there's Minecraft that's coming out for Windows 10.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
They're releasing a version of Minecraft for Windows 10, and it's got me a little worried. Now, I don't know a huge amount about it, but I just thought I'd bring it to sort of attention. It was mentioned at Minecon, and basically, obviously, Windows 10, like Windows 8, they're aiming to make it an operating system aimed at every type of Windows device, so phone,
Yeah, every
tablet,
platform.
and PC. And so I've seen a screenshot. There's a screenshot here on the article that Mojang released about it, and it looks very much like the Pocket Edition version, where you've got sort of a slightly smaller hotbar of 8 items, and then there's a little dot. So it looks like it's more designed for touchscreen,
Yeah.
and it slightly worries me that it's called the Windows 10 version. This might not happen, but
So
I'm
what's-
slightly worried that they're gonna, like, Windows 10 will not have the regular Minecraft available for it.
So let's back up a little bit. The Minecraft Windows 10, we are going to put an article about it in the description down below. It's basically, they announced that they're going to be having a Pocket Edition version of Minecraft available on Windows 10. It's going to be free for people who already own the PC edition of Minecraft. And it'll be $10 for people who do not own it. So if you're so it's basically going to be free for anyone here. However, they did not mention anything like, will the normal version of Windows 10 support Minecraft, like PC Minecraft?
I feel like it will. I hope it will, because looking at this post, it looks like it's kind of like the Pocket Edition, where they're constantly bringing out updates to bring it up to what Minecraft 1.8.7 has, where they're kind of adding new things all the time. And so it seems like a little bit of a step back. So I don't think it's going to be that if you have Windows 10, you can't use regular Minecraft.
Yeah.
Because that seems very counterproductive to them, because a lot of people are going to go up to Windows 10, which I think we'll talk about a bit later. But yeah, it's just letting you know, guys, there's a Windows 10 version of Minecraft planned.
Mm-hmm. And it's a beta.
Due release on the 29th this month.
Is any Pocket Edition of Minecraft outside of beta or alpha even?
I don't know what the version numbers are.
I have it on my
played.
iPhone. I can actually look at the version if you want.
Yeah,
played
if you can do that while we're talking.
Yeah, I played the Xbox version for the first time ever at Minecon a couple of weeks, like last week. So
that's the one I started on.
I'm not really very in terms of information. I do know that the Pocket Edition doesn't have Redstone yet, but they're planning to add it.
Yeah, that's the last time that I was kind of like dabbled.
Hence why I have no interest in it.
There's no command blocks.
No redstone.
This is useless.
Okay, so the versions work differently. It says version 0.11.1, so that's not very helpful.
Okay, and there's no like alpha prefix or suffix to that.
No, but what you can see in the game, they have like. The Pocket Edition went a different route. They have like these reactor cores and stuff that are in it that you can spawn monsters, and I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played it. I don't have it on my phone right now anymore. I just went on the App Store just to look.
Doesn't the Xbox version have that as well?
It has the reactor cores? See, I haven't played it on the Xbox since I got it on PC.
I just know they both have fixed world size, I believe.
Yeah. And that was another problem why I really wanted to move to the PC version.
Oh yeah.
What's the what do you say the Pocket Edition number was, or what thing it was?
Oh, it was 0.11.1.
Okay.
But that's just the app itself. It doesn't say like whereabouts the Minecraft is in relation to the computer version.
I think I'm looking at an article right now. It says that it's on 0.12.0 and it's still in alpha.
Okay.
So it's still in I'm guessing late alpha, but still itself in alpha. So it looks like it'll be transferring over to beta for the Windows 10 edition.
Okay, so
because it's in the name, Windows 10 edition beta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking about Windows 10 for Minecraft and Windows 10 in general, it's sort of in testing at the moment. I know a person who's testing it, and he says it's all right. It's kind of a mixture between 7 and 8, with the best of 7 and the best of 8. So they've added the start menu back, stuff like that. And in general, I'm feeling positive towards it just because Microsoft's history is to hit and miss with their opposite operating systems. 98 was okay, and then 2000 wasn't great, and then XP was great, and then Vista sucked, and then 7 came out and that was great, and then 8 was crap. So I'm hoping, based on their track history, 10 is going to be amazing. But the interesting thing they're doing with Microsoft Windows 10 is that they're going to give it away free for, I believe, the first year to anyone with Windows 7 or 8. I think it might be free to everyone. I'm not sure about that. But what they're going to do is, after the first year, they're going to start putting adverts in the operating system.
What?
And yeah, there's going to be in-OS ads. and you can pay a monthly subscription to avoid having to see the adverts.
Do you know the price of the monthly subscription?
I do not, and I believe it's only a planned method. But do you think people will go for that? I feel
I
like
would switch
people
to
are going to
Mac.
move. People are going to switch to Mac or Linux. Nobody wants.
That neither of those systems are really like, besides Linux a little bit, but Linux is like super hard to use. Mac isn't really meant for gaming, however.
No, that's the thing. But
it'll really
maybe a new type of operating system will surface. But I feel like I would much rather pay once for Windows 10 and not be able to get it free.
Yeah, that would be
than pay a monthly subscription or sit through ads. I don't know how obtrusive the adverts will be or anything. But I just like maybe they're just in your start menu when you're going through your apps.
Your areas.
Yeah.
This one weird trick.
Well, no. If you pay, you get the hot single adverts. If it's free, you get all the sort of not really that good looking singles in your area. It's more targeted.
I mean,
so I don't know.
Thing is,
I wonder if people will write. Somebody's going to write like software that just gets rid of the ads. Though,
I was just about to say that.
Probably.
Like, there's going to be iOS or OS ad block. Like,
yeah.
Why would that not come out if they're going to be forcing that down people's throats?
Sort of thing that Microsoft can't really stop. So it's a very strange model, and I'm going to be watching it with interest, the development and stuff coming out with that.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So
I'm gonna go back to making puzzles.
Jigsaw puzzles. It's time to. The age of the computer is over.
I hate Microsoft. Instead of me going to play my Xbox One, so I don't support them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The joke there is a
Boycott. Go to Sony.
So, all right. So
Adjourned.
that's really weird. I don't know.
Poop.
I didn't hear anything about that.
That's a lump sum of fecal matter. Like, that's not good.
Yeah. Have you guys gone for the pre-order for Windows 10? Have you touched the little? I assume you guys are all on Windows.
Yes.
I'm on Windows 7, and I have signed up to be offered the Windows 10.
I have touched the little flag
when it's released. Yeah.
So I have Windows 8, but where's this little flag that you've mentioned?
I mean, on Windows 7, it's on the dash, I guess, on your little taskbar. It's a little flag that says "Get Windows 10."
It looks like the release date for Windows 10 is 29th of July or thereabouts.
Yep.
Which is the same as the release for Minecraft Windows 10.
Yeah, in the Minecraft. Yeah. It's released for July 29th.
See, what I want to do...
That's not that far away. And I'm going to be in Canada, so I'm going to not be able to do anything.
What are you doing all the way over here?
Oh, did you not know? I'm going up to Toronto to help run the Unplugged Expo.
Really?
And yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's like an hour away from me too.
Really? Come say hi.
That'd
come
be
say hi.
Awesome.
I'm there for the whole weekend.
Wow.
And a couple of days either side of that. And then I'm going down to Ohio to visit Zach Loud. And then I'm going home.
This is the podcast where friends meet.
Wow.
I know.
Friends get to hang out.
I don't know what that con is, but I'll
Unplugged Expo, Toronto. I'll talk to you about it later.
So while you're gone, it's gonna be coming out. July 29th is the release date for, I guess, Windows 10, and then I guess Minecraft Pocket Edition, Windows 10 Edition Beta is gonna be coming along out with that.
So what I want to do with the Windows update is I want to let some poor sap download it first and see how it goes. And then I'll decide whether or not I should wait like the year if Windows 8 and they could fix all the bugs. Probably not. Probably get rid of the apps or whatever.
That's probably what a lot of people are going to be doing. I plan on being the poor sap because I like hurting myself. Physically.
And I have no flag too, so I'm just out of luck.
Well, I'm going to be in Canada. I'm not going to get back till about the 7th. So if I get back to England and there's just flames in the distance and plumes of smoke, then I know that I should stay on 7. And if everything seems fine or even looks shinier than England usually does, then I know that it's time.
It is time to switch.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It might look a little cleaner.
Look, if a piece of software doesn't instill a riot in the streets, then I don't really care whether it's good or not. It's only terrible if it's riot worthy.
When
Right?
has there ever been a cleaning riot?
People just running through the street with dusters.
They're spraying Febreze all over the place.
I know,
Kidding.
yeah.
Wiping down the windows.
That hockey game was so good. Let's just clean the whole damn town.
Oh man, that would be amazing. That'd be fantastic.
That's great. It changes lives. It changes lives.
Stolen goods returned to shops.
Oh god, like that's such a strange thought.
It's kind of a bit of a sad fact of humanity that is a strange thought.
Oh man. Okay, so going back from Windows 10,
Back to Windows 7 and 8.
the Microsoft HoloLens
Many years
is
ago.
supposedly being released around in the time frame of Windows 10 because it's going to be heavily compatible with that OS.
There's currently no release date for the HoloLens, I believe.
And yeah, there's no release date. People are speculating 2016. However, no one has any idea. And has anyone really come out with saying, or has Microsoft come out saying when or like what kind of software or not software, hardware is going to be in it? Like what is going to be inside of the HoloLens?
Aware of. It's been teased a lot, but not much solid information. We do have an article about it.
Yeah, in the description, you'll be able to see that. It does say that it's going to be come with 3 different processors: the CPU, GPU, and an HPU, which is going to be a holographic processing unit, which is kind of cool. I don't know what that is or what that means. But I mean, it's kind of like a cool thing. But as big as the HoloLens is, you can kind of see like a picture of it. It's really clunky and it'll fit really weird on your head. But I wonder where all that's gonna go. Like, how is that gonna really fit? I mean, well, I mean, like it's a very small, it's a very small device. I wonder how they're gonna get a CPU, GPU, and I guess this HPU
base unit. I mean, it might just be wirelessly linked to a box of some kind.
Streaming.
Maybe,
Okay,
yeah. Because all it really needs to do is send video back and forth, right? And that's pretty manageable. So I suppose you'd probably need a
PC,
at least a PC in the headset, but you probably don't need the HPU in the headset.
Yeah.
You can probably stream it to the box, have it processed there, and then sent back. But I don't really know.
See, what I'm liking is that looks more balanced out than like the Oculus Rift, for example. The Oculus Rift, everything is in the front, and like I've heard people say, like it weighs down. It is a few pounds on your face. This looks like
I've worn an Oculus Rift, yeah.
Yeah, so like, is it as bad as they say it is for like weight, or do you feel unbalanced when wearing it?
Yeah, it pulls at the front a little bit. I mean, the strap moves the weight to the back of the head in a way.
Okay.
That's where it's pulling from, but it's not particularly comfortable. But I suppose they had to keep the screen clear for this because this isn't VR. It's
AR. It's
AR, yeah, augmented.
Yeah, augmented reality. I don't know. It just looks more. Everything is distributed. I may look stupid wearing it, but I'm gonna be playing Minecraft in my room, so I don't give a damn.
Yeah. see, it's kind of it looks really cool. For me, it's a cross between like the future now kind of old style adverts, the future today sort of thing, where it's the sort of thing that we've grown up sort of believing the future will look like, holographs and stuff. But for me, with the same as like 3D films in cinemas, they're gonna be a gimmick to me until we don't need glasses.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to really catch on that much. I mean, even like the sports channels have stopped. They started in England, at least for a long time. Sports channels started broadcasting sports in 3D, and they just stopped because there wasn't enough interest.
Well,
I think it would be really cool for YouTube if you could get like the camera they were with, right? So that you could have a separate camera filming you playing on with the holodeck. That might be some interesting let's play right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, the way that the market has gone, it's not because it's a gimmick. It's that content needs to be specifically made for 3D. Like, in theaters, you have, like, 3D movie. It's, like, barely 3D. It's like, oh, come get me kind of thing. Like, but...
Catch the football.
But that's the thing. When 3D first came out, I remember there was Journey to the Center of the Earth, and that was really well done. Like, the 3D was phenomenal. Like, I was astounded. That was one of the first 3D movies I had seen. But it was specifically made to be 3D, and it was a lot more money because of it. It's cheaper for cinema industry to say, to put minimal effort into 3D and then slap an extra price tag on it for the glasses, and then, you know, keep going with it. And that's why I feel as though 3D is a gimmick right now.
Could be, yeah.
So YouTube content would need to be specifically made in 3D and for 3D viewers for it to actually be any good or catch on, right?
And to kind of tie in for HoloLens, it would need to be made for that kind of thing. But what I really kind of want to see is it looks really cool for like stuff like UHCs, where it's a big map and you're seeing like all the people kind of run around in it.
You could be like total announcer.
Oh,
that's
wow,
so cool.
yeah.
No, that was
for
my
multiplayer games and things. You get a really nice overhead view.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like even like games like Counter-Strike, you can see like where everyone's going. It's kind of like a mini map. You can like see everything happening.
You just got me so hyped for this thing. Like with that one hole. That's so cool.
I feel like those things would be kind of cool.
So as a YouTuber, there are 3 things that I would really like the HoloLens to do with Minecraft. One would be sort of affordable-ish camera add-ons for a video camera. You don't have to buy the whole camera, just a little lens that fits on the front, which augments it for you, for your camera, for filming. I would like to be able to multiplayer connect, where you can sync up your augmented view with another person, so that you can sort of both view like a server at the same time.
Yeah.
And thirdly, I would quite like, for like redstone tutorials, can you imagine if you could pick up the pieces by hand and put it together like a Lego set? So
now,
you have
Sparks,
all the components
you're asking
required.
way too much here.
Yeah, but like if you had all the components required for a redstone project just laid out in front of you, and then you've got your camera sort of showing you at the table, and then you just sort of pick up the redstone torch and place it in the right spot. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, obviously it's a lot to ask for, but I mean, what they showed at E3 was they showed a lot. They showed a lot of really, really cool stuff.
Yeah,
it's something that they
commands and stuff like that.
And the link to this is going to be in the description too, so you can watch the actually E3 footage of the HoloLens.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it already, it's been out for a little bit.
The HoloLens was at Minecon, and I was very excited. I was going to go have a look, and I thought, because I was a panelist, I might be able to get like a sneak peek, or something like that. But the way they ran it was they were doing 15-minute demos, but you had to win a competition. You had to go to the Microsoft desk, and I'm not entirely sure what you had to do, but I think you just filled out a form, and if you were picked, you got a demo of 15 minutes. And they gave out a very small amount of demos. I don't even know where the HoloLens was being demoed. It was like really out far back somewhere, and the Minecon staff had nothing to do with it. It was entirely Microsoft, and I was asking some of the agents. I was chatting to some of the agents there, and they didn't know anything about it. So kept kind of secretive there, actually. I don't know anyone who actually managed to go see it.
All right, so you yourself weren't able to kind of play with the.
Unfortunately, not. No, I would have quite liked to have a poke.
Okay. So here's one thing that I've heard about the HoloLens, is that it's. Like what it show, like everything that they've kind of been showing is this like huge world that kind of envelops you. However, from what I've seen, and they're even kind of addressing this, is that it really all you're seeing is in like a very small FOV in front of your eyes. Then anything outside of that is completely normal. All you're really seeing is like in this small box in front of your face, and then that's really all you're able to have augmented. everything outside of that little area is just unreachable.
Oh, so it can't cover your entire field of view.
Yeah, they've addressed it in videos and stuff. I can try finding something later to kind of get put in the description so you guys can see all that kind of stuff. But it is just like a very they've kind of shown at E3 as this huge thing that you can see it from anywhere, but really it's just going to be in this kind of small FOV. Is it still going to be awesome? Are you still going to be able to see everything as they showed it? Yes. But it's going to be a lot smaller than what they originally said they're going to be doing.
Right.
But
is that a processor limitation? I wonder.
That's what I'm guessing is that it's
or it might be a hardware limitation.
Well, I know that they were having issues originally, Oculus Rift, as well as the other one. I don't know. There was another one. I don't remember.
The PlayStation one.
Yeah, but the point was the field of view is really hard to match for the human eye.
Yeah.
Especially for anything out of what you're directly looking at is actually very blurry. Where our field of view besides that, and you're never going to be able to prove that because you can only look at what you're looking at and not your peripherals. But
the brain fills in a lot of the stuff on the edge.
Exactly.
You're not really seeing it in any detail at all.
So it's difficult for something to wrap around so far but not be clunky, and so I feel as though they're going to start small, and in the future we're going to see improvements on this, and maybe eventually we will have like full rooms of Minecraft stuff going on.
Yeah, it may just become a case of don't buy in first, just wait for the update.
And that's what I'm doing for Windows 10.
Yeah. I think it'd be too much to hope for Microsoft to make it open source or easily editable in any way. But with any luck, what they do bring out and what people sort of reverse engineer from it will bring about more and sort of a wider range of them and lower prices and more interesting designs, stuff like that. Maybe we'll see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for.
Yeah, we'll have to see what it's like. It's something to look forward to. It's super cool. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So
watch this space.
Speaking of cons,
are we going to talk about Sparks now? Is he a con?
Yeah. I didn't want to bring it up too soon. I want to at least get him to have a few words in before we kicked him out, but your time has come.
It's a ruse. We've pretended that he's going to be here. He's really in jail.
That's what Skype is
right.
for.
If you hear a slight echo, it's the
jail
stone walls and lack of furniture. It's not too bad. It's slightly muted because of the mold growing on the wall. It kind of absorbs a bit of the sound. So most people don't really notice, unless you know what to listen for. So
someone in the comments is like, "Are you in a jail cell?" I know my jail cells. And you're in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what were you gonna say, Glaedrik?
Oh, I was gonna say the last thing that we have to talk about today would have been
punched a clown.
He was too funny. He was way too funny for his own good. But
he had to be eliminated.
We did miss a podcast last week. We're trying to get it to a weekly schedule, but E3 and Minecon recap is something we can quickly go over. Any interesting panels or games that we're looking forward to that were mentioned, as well as Sparks. You were hosting. I don't know if you were the host, but you were on the panel with like some bigwigs over there. So
I was on two panels. I was on the map making panel, of which I most definitely wasn't a host. That was Dragnos, with who was on that panel: Adam Clark, Seth Blink, Hugh Pampster, Ducasape, and James from Blockworks, who's a builder. I think that's everyone. Mm-hmm. I really hope that's everyone. But that was an interesting panel. I didn't have too much to add to it. I felt like most of the people there had more to say about the topics. So it was okay. Plus, I didn't have a table. I was sat on the very end because there were so many panelists. So yeah,
Poor
yeah.
Sparks.
But my panel was a lot more fun. I did a technical Minecraft panel talking about both like command blocks and like extreme efficiency, like minimizing tile ticks. You know, sort of quite higher end stuff. But also we looked at like use cases of command blocks in paid projects. So Dragnon was talking a little bit about some of the stuff he's done for commissions and how to get that kind of stuff done quickly. It was a pretty interesting panel, I think.
Okay.
Now, is this going to be visible on the internet, or is it just it was exclusive for the con? Because I know some people.
It was recorded, and I was going to record it, but then realized they were recording it and had much better cameras than me. So I didn't record it, and I kind of regret it because they haven't released the footage yet. And apparently, last Minecon, the footage went up 6 months after the convention. This year, it was organized by Multiplay, who also do Insomnia, which I've been to 2 Insomnias. So I'm hoping they're pretty good organizers. I'm hoping that we'll see the footage faster. They released the photographs of Minecon on the Multiplay Flickr channel a couple of days ago. So they're getting the media out there. So hopefully.
Yeah, because I'm really excited to...
I want to watch the panel back to see how much of an idiot I am.
Of course.
You're just not saying anything. You're just kind of mumbling.
I'm not used to
going on about global warming.
Well, I mean, I'm just
position.
really impressed, and I'm curious about what went on, because of what you do with the whole Game Mode 4 and your creative aspect. Like, you're a programmer who plays video games. You have access to more things than we do as entertainers. Like, Matt and I aren't exactly the smartest people in the world.
How dare you?
Hey, I don't want to be on the bottom on my own.
Glaedrik thought a cat was a dog.
All I do is spend money. I don't know.
And you bought a $320 digital knife, yeah.
Okay, so who's really on the bottom now, Matt?
You steal cats.
But I just find like you have these great opportunities available to you, and I want to support it. And by like viewing it and giving opinions, and even if I'm not the most technical person, I find it super impressive. So,
thank you.
That's honestly that's like what YouTube, like kind of like just going back to YouTube. That's what YouTube is. You can't do the things that they're doing, so that's why you're watching it, because you're interested in what they're doing.
Yeah. And not everybody can be as funny as me, so they watch me instead.
Yeah, everyone watches me. I cry with 10 viewers.
Crazyman and I have both been enjoying
Hermitcraft stuff.
No. On your channel, this might actually be someone else I'm thinking of.
He's looking on your channel to find something that he likes.
I don't post. I stream more than YouTube. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm guessing it wasn't my channel.
No, maybe not. I'm just trying to make you feel better. To be honest, I'm really behind on pretty much everyone I follow on YouTube, both friends and like YouTubers who I just watch. I haven't watched a YouTube video in quite some time. I'm just so busy.
Okay, so this can kind of like wrap it up. We can go into this. So Sparks, yes. Where can the beautiful people find you if they want to learn more about you and watch your content?
And youtube.com/accidentalgames.
I thought last week it was Tinder.
What is your Tinder profile name?
Yeah,
I vaguely know what Tinder is and suspect that this is a joke.
You don't need to know anymore.
How about a
That's okay.
Is your account on there too? Sparks?
Uh-huh.
All the single Sparks?
Oh, single Sparks?
Single Sparks. Do you know what? After Minecon and sort of being Sparks, I went out for a birthday party yesterday evening. It's not my birthday, someone else's, but it was really weird introducing myself by my real name.
Really?
I went, "Hi, I'm," and then a brief pause, and in my head I'm sort of going, "Who am I?"
Who am I?
Hi, I'm Sparks.
The whole musical number going on in his head to find out who he is.
Yeah, no, there's a little monkey with symbols just going and then doing a backflip.
That's what I've kind of done with my Twitch channel. Is like I have my username atrustedturtle, twitch.tv/atrustedturtle if you want to look me up. But I've been introducing myself as Matt over like Turtle or whatever. because I don't want people to be like, "Hey, that's the turtle guy that does video games on the internet."
He doesn't sound very trustworthy.
That is 95% of the first comment that someone says whenever they join my stream. It's like, how do I know I can trust you? It's like, I'm sketchy as fuck. You can't.
A turtle that needs an adjective telling you that it's trustworthy is up to something.
Oh, I got an Xbox. I'm derailing again. F you guys and your advertisements. But I got a Xbox One because I wanted to play Destiny and stuff like that on it. And I was creating a username, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna create the username A Trusted Turtle because it's branding. And I go to it, and the username's already taken.
What?
It was taken by somebody 3 days before I got my Xbox.
No way.
And it's just some random dude, and he's only done 2 things on the profile so far. He changed his name to like Quick Shots XX, and then he changed his name to A Trusted Turtle. He's done nothing since then. So I'm very sad.
Found the ultimate troll, like ever.
I'm very sad that I can't. So now I'm Untrusted Turtle on Xbox One. I'm just very jaded.
I'm very my name like when I created it, I was looking into something else. I was heavy reading this fantasy novel, and I wanted a name similar to it. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Aragon books.
Yeah. One of my favorite series.
Oh, really? Oh, thank God. I feel like less of a nerd now.
The Inheritance Cycle.
Oh, yeah, that's the actual term for it.
Mm-hmm.
But Glaedrik, I don't know pronunciation because it's just written, but I was looking into that.
I thought of him when I saw your name first. I was like, coincidence.
What?
Nope.
Not just a coincidence. It's actually based off that. So I spent like half an hour writing down names, spellings, different things, just to get something unique and that probably would not be taken anywhere. And I was pretty lucky because so far so good. All the dating websites don't have Glaedrik on it yet.
Sparks,
do you date under a pseudonym?
Yes.
It's the third date is cool because I introduced my second personality.
Which is your cat stealing personality.
So you have any pets?
I guess if we can go on like this tangent of Sparks, where did you come up with your name?
I came up with it when I was 13 because I liked electronics. I used to be very big into physical electronics and robotics, and then the robotics kind of brought me to microchip programming, which brought me to programming. So a bit of a
That's so
weird.
Straightforward.
That's pretty cool. I first used it on the Scratch programming website, and yeah, I don't know. I really like it actually.
Wow.
I prefer to be called Sparks than my real name, and more people I speak to on a daily basis call me Sparks. So yeah.
Right.
Well, I work in a call center. I literally have to introduce myself as my real name. So.
Oh, but wouldn't it be fun?
My name is Turtle. Hi.
Hi. I work for so and so. I'm your trusted turtle today. How can I help you?
Yeah, but I came up with my name because I like turtles. It's literally like a 2-minute process. I needed a username for something. I like turtles. I like to think that I'm trusted a bit, and I put an A in front of it because I wanted to be at the top of everyone's friends list.
Smart.
So I'm always the most important person in everyone's lives.
Except
so
on Skype.
So basically, I'm really, really sad. So anyway, Glaedrik, if you can chill your channel for a second.
Well, it's Glaedrik on YouTube, on Twitter, as well as I'm working on a Facebook page too, just for funsies.
Because apparently it's 2005.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh, you can find me on MySpace and AOL. I just got that going.
I just got a Yahoo Messenger. At A Trusted Turtle. I couldn't get A Trusted Turtle because it was taken.
So I had to use the Russian vowels for it. But we're all good. It's still there.
It's still there. It's really hard to type. But it'll be impossible to find me. But it's good to go. So that will do it for the second episode of the PatchWork Podcast. Anyone else have anything to say?
You should come back for the third one by
should.
liking and subscribing.
Also leave comments in the comment section down below if you want to ask questions about the podcast or about us.
Yes, I'm
Ask
single.
questions.
Don't
If we
ask
get
it in
enough
the
of them.
comments.
If we get enough of them, we'll answer some next time, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good.
If we get more than 0, that would be great.
We'll just do the one question. We just need one, guys. Come on.
We'll do an entire episode about that
Hugh
one
Johnner
question.
says, hi? Yes,
Question
we
mark?
can hear you. Question answered. I'm just saying, like, next time. That'll be, like, the only question. Oh, God, everyone's just going to say hi in the comments now, aren't they?
Thank you guys very much for joining us in the
Come
second
esta?
episode of the PatchWork Podcast. We will see you next time. Have a good morning, evening.
See ya!
Farewell.